Good afternoon and welcome back to Aggie Now, your source for all things Aggie. Also a reminder to comment on our videos for a chance to win our $5 Temple gift cards. Don't forget to like both Aggie Studios and Aggie Now to be eligible to win.
Our comment theme of the week is, what is your biggest fear? Remember to comment below so you can win a $5 gift card to Temple just in time for your midterms.
In Davis Digest, back in September, Felix Kwan, a Korean journalist, traveled on a 17-hour flight to study our own YOLO food bank. The Korean government recently started developing a rice donation program, and where else to best study rice donation systems than in the food bank that donated 350,000 pounds of rice, which is over 4 million individual servings in 11 counties in California. So ultimately, Mr. Kwan was pleasantly surprised to find that the YOLO Food Bank and its growers, like the Conway Ranch, have a really generous relationship. A lot of growers pledge to give a small percentage of their crops to the YFB through the Shared Harvest Program. And Kwan noted that a good partnership between rice farmers and food banks could help a lot of hungry people in South Korea. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I think more that they were coming to study was like how it is that you can get farmers to donate so much of their produce to so many people and have it be like a really effective system. There's 4 million servings of rice. It's like, yeah.
Is it all white rice or like varieties of different rice?
Well, it's like rice grown throughout California, so I'm sure it's like a wide variety of rice. But yeah, I think it speaks well to our like the fact that like California and this part of California where UC Davis is located is known for its produce. So, you know, we are the Aggies, you know. We have the best like agricultural program in the nation or very close to it. So yeah, it's interesting that like, you know, in a certain way we're at the top of the world.
Yeah. Yay for farming.
And I don't know if you guys know this, but our biotechnology side of this school is developing certain systems. I don't know if you guys know, but in Asia, usually there's lots of flooding and that, you know, has problems with rice farming and all of that. So UC Davis develops, I don't know much about that, but UC Davis develops some kind of rice that is persistent to the flooding.
Oh, wow.
So like it grows regardless if there's lots of water or little water, so that's really good too.
Genetically modified organism.
Yeah.
Okay. Holy guacamole.
The California Office of Emergency Services released an earthquake warning to California residents after an earthquake struck in Southern California near the San Andreas Fault. So Cal OES, short for California Office of Emergency Services, released the statement because they believe that when an earthquake happens near a fault, it's going to be followed by an even larger earthquake, followed by an earthquake swarm, which is
Swarm?
Whoa.
Yeah, an earthquake swarm.
What does that mean?
It's like a
I've only-
tornado of earthquakes.
I've only like heard like a swarm of bees, but there's a
Earthnado.
swarm of earthquakes.
So, quote unquote, it is defined as an unusually large number of earthquakes densely packed over a short period of time.
Earthnado, yeah.
And
I told you.
it was near
Exactly.
the San Andreas Fault.
Yeah, so these earthquake swarms only happen after an earthquake occurs near a fault. So there's lots of earthquakes, but if they happen near a fault, there's usually followed by an earthquake swarm. So nothing happened, luckily,
Okay.
but they still released the advisory to California residents just to let the people know that some of our major cities are on top of a major fault. Los Angeles and San Francisco, they're all literally above the San Andreas Fault. And us here in Davis, we're close to the Hayward Fault, which is the Bay Area. It literally passes through Hayward, makes sense. Berkeley, Richmond, and Fremont. So if an earthquake were to happen,
That's your
that would
hometown.
drastically affect the Bay Area and us. But luckily, on the positive note, a UC Davis geology professor here, Michael Oskin, has suggested that an earthquake is very unlikely to happen. And it's just,
It's just his gut feeling.
yeah, it's just his gut feeling. But, I mean, all these faults are due for an earthquake, but it hasn't happened. But the warning just served to tell Davis citizens and all citizens of California to be prepared and stay cautious, because one of the aspects of living in California is that we are an earthquake state.
The story makes me feel like, you know the emoji that's smiling, but it's upside down? You know, it's like smiling, but it's upside. The head is upside down. That's how that story makes me feel. I'm like trying to just like power through it, gonna have a good day, you know.
But then again, it's like,
you know,
But then again, you're upside down.
wait,
inevitable
we're upside
doom.
down.
I'm actually always worried that I won't realize that an earthquake is happening. I remember back in high school, people were like walking over the other way, and I was going counter-current, and everyone was just yelling at me, like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I was like, "What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm trying to get to the gym."
Just be safe and be careful and be cautious. Moral of the story.
Although, don't be on a bridge unless you're on the new
You can't just
Bay
on a
Bridge.
bridge.
No, okay, so the new Bay Bridge, the new part of it, that is actually like the safest place to be in the entire Bay Area in the event of an earthquake, because it was designed to swing with an earthquake so that you wouldn't be able to feel it on the bridge, right? But once you get past Treasure Island, or any of the other bridges, the San Mateo, the Dumbarton, you're don't be on those bridges. Yeah, don't be on them.
In ASUCD news, elections is happening this week, so don't forget to vote for our Senate table. We have our election special that came out last week to help you pick who you want to represent you as a student body. And if you need more help, the Aggie endorsements are up, so pick up one of these at the Coho silo, anywhere, and you can find out more about your Senates. And if you want more information, the Coho debate is happening today, that is Monday, and voting starts on Tuesday, November 8th through Thursday, November 10th.
So on Aggie Now, we have a new segment where each anchor can talk about whatever they want. And this week, it's my turn, and my segment is called Nikka's Niece.
Happy birthday, Nikka!
Time out. What? That's not fair. It was my birthday first.
Is someone jealous?
Yeah, dude.
Well, 22 isn't as special as 21.
Actually, I have a whole song written by Taylor Swift about it.
That's about her, not you, Kevin.
Upside down smile emoji.
So, I know it may be a little too late in the year to go swimming, at least in this part of the world, but I recently saw something online and I thought it was like absolutely brilliant. So these group of 4 best friends traveled to La Habana, Cuba, and they narrowed down the top 3 hotels in the city. And of course, naturally, these top hotels would have these top-notch pools. So they decided to go pool hopping. They are not checked into any of these hotels, so they carefully devised a plan to get in each one. So the first hotel, they go to the 3rd best one. So the first one, they go in, and they go to the floor with the pool on, and then so they go inside, they ask for towels, and so they're just kind of laying around on the beach chairs, and the pool attendant comes and asks, "Oh, do you have your room key?" And so one of the friends said, "Oh, I forgot it, I don't have it with me." And so the pool attendant gets suspicious and he calls security. But before security comes, one of the friends jumps in the pool just to say he jumped in the pool. And so he quickly gets out, and so they're followed outside by the security. And so I was like, oh man, that didn't work out so well. And so they go to the 2nd best hotel pool. So they go up and everything works out as planned. They casually ask for pool towels, and then they give like a fake room number, and then they all are able to jump in and swim in the pool. And so, but they don't want to stay too long because they have the third hotel to go to. And so they go out, and so everything's like fine. And so they save the best for last, and so they go into the best hotel, and it's on the very top floor. But because security is like more like, I guess, strict. Yeah, it's more strict in this hotel. So they each devise a plan, so they go in individually. Some of them loiter in the lobby, you know, just pretend that they're like guests there. And so they each go one by one to the pool on the very top deck. And so they once again ask for towels, give fake room numbers, and they spend the rest of the day in that pool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not that we endorse.
Yeah. So I'm not suggesting that you should sneak into private pools, but I'm just gonna leave that out there. So needless to say, the moral of the story is
Has
that
to imply the suggestion.
the moral of the story is that if you want to, it's possible, but maybe try Vegas first, not Cuba. Because like I'm wondering, what if you get caught in Cuba and you're not able to come back? You know, because you get in trouble.
Well, the food there is better than it is here, so I'm okay with that.
Have you been?
Well, no, I just love Cuban food. I love Cuban food and like Cubanos and stuff, and like
They're just so much fun.
I know.
I just want to go.
Oh.
I do want to go. I mean,
Is this what you're gonna do, Nikka? 21?
21.
Hopping
I don't know, maybe.
Cuban
Wait,
cigar.
Have you guys ever done that though? Hotel hopping or something like that?
You know, not
Well,
that I
in
would
Vegas,
admit in front of
hotel-
a camera.
Huh?
What?
I'll admit, you know when my parents are reserving for hotels, they look at lots of hotels. And so once we get and pick a hotel, I'm like, oh, that's that hotel. I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
And then
that's what I do
go,
too
but
on Vegas,
security
on
is
the
really good.
strip.
They literally kick you
Yeah.
out.
like on the strip, like I just go through the hotel, go through the like buffets and stuff, and then just like keep going. I don't eat though, but like
Go inside the rooms, take a shower.
okay, no.
Take a nap.
But, you know, go to the spa.
Check out the buffet, but don't eat.
But don't eat, exactly.
I know. Room
But
service.
take
sorry,
pictures, you
room.
know.
That sounds like fun. We should all do that.
Oh my god. But yeah.
Okay.
So that's it. Here's another episode of Aggie Now. My name is Tania Josephine.
I'm Isaura Yepez.
I've been Kevin Dousa.
And I'm Nikka Magahis. Thanks for watching this week's episode. We'll see you next time. If you like this week's episode,
Like and subscribe.
And follow us on our social media, Facebook,
Snapchat.
Instagram,
And Twitter.
See you soon.
Have a good one.